Hi, it's Scott Cooper, your real estate broker with Engel and Volker's One Group, and today I am at Rivendell Books in the Wellington Street Plaza. We have a rare opportunity for someone to manage and run their own bookstore. I'm going to take you inside and show you more. All right, we're inside the bookstore now, and I'm going to let Wendy, the owner, tell you the legendary story about Rivendell Books.
Okay, I have a very interesting story to tell you that is all true because I'm not a believer in ghosts myself until all this started happening. My husband and I, every Saturday night, we clean the bookstore. After we close at 5 o'clock, then I go through with a vacuum everything, make sure all the shelves are in order. I start at the front and I work to the back. Then my husband will go from the back to the front and mop all the floors. And then we go out the door, lock it, know that everything's tidy for Sunday. We would come back in on Sunday, and in this little alcove here, which is our World War I and World War II section, this little shelf was not here at the time. We have grown since then. Right in the middle of this alcove, we would come in and find books neatly stacked right here. So they couldn't have fallen off the shelves and landed in a neat stack like this. And it's too distant from the shelves. Had they fallen down, they would have scattered. So we had no explanation. Nobody else has keys to the store other than us. And this would happen weekend after weekend after weekend. So we ended up getting a local psychic to come in, and she told us that it was an elderly man who was visiting our store. He had lived through the First and Second World War, had not had much money, was not able to buy books, and now he'd settled in here because he liked to read these books. We also had a customer bought one of our old books on the First World War. A few days later, he came back to the store, terrified, he said. He had awakened during the night and seen a ghostly figure in his room. Everybody who has seen, more than one person has seen the ghost, and they all describe him in the same way. Elderly man, gray-haired, wearing old-fashioned clothing. Anyways, this customer saw this guy in his bedroom reading the book. They made eye contact, and the ghost just went like that, dismissed him, walked into his closet, disappeared, and the book fell to the floor. So this man took the book the next day to his minister, and the minister said, well, you better get rid of this book. So that's why he brought it back to me. And the psychic who was in told us that the ghost had followed the book. He had been reading it at the time when this man had bought it. And so he followed it so he could finish reading it. Since that time, I have had countless people tell me that they have had feelings of this. When they walk to the back of the store, they have picked up psychic vibrations from this guy. Lots of people have come running up to the front and told me they've seen him. I had one customer come in and tell me she had been in the plaza late one night. She'd been at Shoppers Drug Mart waiting for a prescription, and she went outside to wait, and she saw this elderly man, again the same description. She'd seen him walking back and forth in front of the store, and then she said she saw him disappear through the glass right into the store. So we've had all kinds of smaller events. One day I was here, I was all by myself. Our true crime section is at the back of the store, and we had this book about Charles Manson with his ugly face on the front of it. And when I was sitting at the front of the store at the cash register, and I heard this big bang. I got up to look, And down this hall here was the book with Charles Manson face. It had been thrown, or it had traveled, I don't know how, from the back all the way to the front. And we can only assume that our ghost did not like the book, did not like Charles Manson, and wanted me to get rid of it. So we have had all kinds of little things like that happen. Now we've gotten to the point, whenever we're missing something, we always say it's the ghost that did it. We just threw open our arms and said, "Ghost, you're welcome here." So we're friends now. No, I don't feel frightened when I'm here. I think he means us no harm. And that's the story of the Ghost of Rivendell books.